Hello, everybody, and welcome into Dahlonega Roadhouse here in Dahlonega, Georgia, for the first edition of Nighthawks at Noon. I'm Chad Haney, and along with my boss, Lee Glenn, we make up the athletic communication staff for the North Georgia Athletics Department, and we're excited to bring you this first edition of Nighthawks at Noon. And Lee, you had the idea to start this show last month. Why don't you fill everyone in on what we'll be doing?
Yeah, I think today's show is a unique opportunity to deliver the Nighthawk message to the entire Dahlonega community. It's a new means. We're on social media, we're on press releases, we're on stats. This is a great way through cable television and through the internet to put out the Nighthawk message.
This show will come to you online every other Monday starting now, and also on our University of North Georgia campus network on our athletics channel, channel 16.1. We'll be excited to get things going. Coming up next will be the head coach of the North Georgia women's basketball team, Buffie Burson, to talk about her team's winning streak here heading into Wednesday night's game at Montevallo. We'll be right back with Nighthawks at Noon.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for giving. Thank you.
Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for helping me be a Nighthawk.
The PBC is commitment.
The PBC is community.
The PBC is competition.
The PBC is character. We are the PBC.
Welcome back into Nighthawks at Noon, presented by Dahlonega Roadhouse. Joined now by the head women's basketball coach in North Georgia, Buffie Burson. And Buffie, a big win come from behind against Clayton State on Saturday to keep the win streak you have alive. Just talk about that game and coming back against the Lakers.
Well, the win was absolutely awesome. You know, after losing to them on the road and having a couple of tough road games and finally getting back home and getting a couple of wins under our belt, the Peach Belt race is so strong right now, and to get that win and have a solid second place standing right now meant a lot.
Stephanie Huffman really dominated there in the last 4 minutes for you, helping her pick up the Nighthawk of the Week nod from the athletic administrators. Just talk about her play in that game, but also just in general.
Right, all season long. She's been extremely consistent in leading the Peach Belt in scoring, and not just that, not just her scoring, but her feistiness and tenacity and what she brings to our team and her winning spirit. And what she did in that game for us down the stretch was so important. I mean, she wasn't going to give up, and she just kind of willed our team to win. I think she rattled off about 10 straight points for us at one point, and it just, you know, she was relentless and helped us get that win.
Really making her way towards a possible All-American nod. And Saturday as well, Bill Inslee Day, the court dedication. No, he means a lot to you.
He really does. You know, Coach hired me 21 years ago. Our offices were side by side. I spent a lot of time my first 2 years in his office getting a lot of pointers, and just appreciate the opportunity that he's given me to be at North Georgia for so many years. So that day was extremely special to me and our team, and to be able to win on his court on that day was real important.
Win big for a lot of reasons, because you were tied with Clayton State for second place, now take a game lead over them. Just talk about being able to control your own destiny, and being in those top two slots. Very important in the Peach Belt this year, as the quarterfinals will be hosted on campus sites of the top two teams.
Right, so you want to be the 1 or 2 seed, and so that was extremely important to get that win and stay in second place and to push them down to 3. You know, and like you said, now we do control our own destiny, and it was so important at this time of year with being halfway through your Peach Belt schedule to get the upper hand. So now you can use that to your advantage. You know, as we go on the road to Montevallo and have Lander at home on Saturday, it's so important that we have the upper edge now and that we have something real meaningful to fight for.
That's your third straight win, third straight at home as well, and actually 12 straight at home now, even dating back to last year. You're 8-0 at home this year. you're winning a lot of different ways as well. I have to imagine you're pleased with the way your team's developing.
Yeah, finding a way to win, that's important. Like you mentioned, I guess the three straight games in a row we've won differently. You know, the Pembroke game was a real low-scoring game, and for us to be able to defend like that and come up with a win was great. And then the way we wanted to play against Francis Marion, a little bit more up and down, and got that win. And, then, of course, against Clayton State, you know, playing a little bit of their style of play, playing a little bit more aggressive and being able to win like that. Yeah, just finding different ways to win with this team and continuing to grow as we move forward is going to be a key for us.
We'll actually have 4 games until the next time we meet here at Nighthawks at noon. 2 of them will be against Montevallo. You start off with a road trip there on Wednesday. What do the Falcons present challenge-wise for you?
The challenge for Montevallo is on the road. It's a long road trip for us, but we've been road warriors, I guess, since right before Christmas. We know what that feels like. So to have a midweek game that far away, we're used to that, which is good. But they have a really good guard that we're going to have to shut down, Thompson, and you know, they're struggling a little bit right now. Their record's not the greatest in the world, but in the Peach Belt, that doesn't mean anything. And our team knows that, which is just half the battle is if we know that. So we'll have to come out ready to play.
Saturday, back home here at Lander, you have a little bit more of another home swing of 3 games. Homecoming on Saturday. I know you want to see a big crowd out there for Lander.
Yeah, that would be great. And our crowds have been unreal since January 3rd when we played, January 4th when we played Georgia College at home. And to be able to see a lot of our former players come back would mean the world, and they usually do come back for homecoming, and that would be a special day to get a big crowd out there.
Next Wednesday, a midweek game, Spirit Night against Young Harris. I know it'll be an electric atmosphere in Memorial.
Yeah, it's always Spirit Night. It's a crazy night for everybody. All the sororities and fraternities come out and bring a lot of noise and bring a lot of energy, and our team always thrives with that atmosphere, so we're excited and can't wait.
Coach, thanks for coming out and joining us for this first Nighthawks at noon, and go pick up 4 wins till we see you next time.
Hope so. Thank you.
We'll be right back with head baseball coach Tom Cantrell here at Nighthawks at
noon. Follow your dreams. Gain an advantage. Choose the University of North Georgia. UNG offers a unique range of educational programs and services that cannot be matched. Academic prestige, dynamic friendships, and leadership development are all within your reach. Begin your journey today with UNG. At the University of North Georgia, you are the priority. Supported by a student-focused learning environment, UNG is an extraordinary combination of programs, people, and places spanning 4 campuses. Choose your pathway today and thrive.
Welcome back into Nighthawks at noon here, presented by Dahlonega Roadhouse. We're joined now by the head baseball coach who has some of his players here, Tom Cantrell.
Players for right now.
Coach, scrimmage has been going on now for the past few weeks. How's everything been going with the preseason?
It's been going well. It's, being able to get on the new field, the turf has made a big difference. We were talking about it last night in our coaching meeting, and, with the rain and the weather we've had over the last 3 weeks, normally we probably wouldn't have been on the field with about 3 or 4 days, but we're very much ahead of schedule where we normally are this time of year, and the facility upgrade has been due to a big part of that.
Imagine that's got to be a little bit of an advantage going into your season, being able to get out on your field and actually practice, where a lot of other teams mentioned that weather around the Southeast this year has not been kind in January.
No, it has definitely been a plus. So we can't thank the athletic department, Ms. Reeves, the administration for the financial that they put into the facility and everything, the upgrades to where we're at now. I know for all the outdoor sports down at the complex, everybody's very happy and very blessed that we have that now.
I know when you come back from break, it's exciting to get out on the field and play some games, but I know your guys must be ready to play someone other than themselves.
They are. I mean, we probably had our best scrimmage since we've been back yesterday. The biggest thing when you're scrimmaging, and I know all the coaches in here can say the same thing when you scrimmage, everybody gets real familiar with everybody. They know everybody, and it's a very comfortable setting. And a lot of times they lose focus and the intensity and everything because you're not playing somebody else. And at the end of the day, it doesn't have the same pressure, no matter how much you simulate it and everything like that. So, but yesterday, we didn't scrimmage real well on Saturday, but yesterday was very positive, especially with the intensity and the focus that we had. We're very excited about opening up the season Sunday at Valdosta.
You talk about opening up down there. You have the opportunity with the NCAA to open up your schedule February 1st. Falls on a Sunday, but still take advantage of that with a single game down at Valdosta.
Well, and the NCAA just passed this particular, last week that we could have played, January 30th and into the next year. Well, we already had made a point that we were only going to play one game on February 1st and then open up at home the next weekend. And because of the rule change, we didn't change what we're doing in any way. We're excited and everything. We've got some things we need to clean up in practice this week to fine-tune and everything. But it's starting the season for the longest time here. I can say we're more prepared to start a season than we ever have been.
Walk me through real quick, just not every single position, but just roughly give me a preview of the 2015 Nighthawk infield.
We're very blessed. I think that I've got 6 guys that I could rotate and be very successful with us. Depth is not something we've had in the last couple of years due to injuries and other things that have happened. But I'm very comfortable with the fact that we have a rotation of 5 or 6 guys that could step in and play at any time. And that was proven again yesterday, where some of the young players on our team have really come true full, even as freshmen, in the way that they've come along and played yesterday, that I wouldn't have a problem putting anybody on the field. And I know I'm kind of dodging your question here, but really our motto and everything, what we're trying to do to program, it's not about individual people, it's about our team as a whole. And that's what we're focusing on our journey this year, is that we need everybody, and anytime your number's to be called, you need to be ready to play. And all our guys know, and they're sitting here, a lot of them are sitting here today, and the one thing that we've stressed is that there's no guarantees for anybody. You've got to earn what you get.
No, you told me at one of your scrimmages earlier this year that you're excited about your pitching coming back.
I am. I'm excited about our pitching coming back and the pitching that we brought in. I think the thing that we've struggled with the last couple of years due to injuries and lack of depth is we didn't know who was going to pitch from week to week. We think we have 4 to 5 guys that could start for us, or quality starters. A couple of newcomers and some guys that are returning that have kind of grown up and gotten a whole lot better. We're not going to win anything in the Peach Belt without pitching. It's like in any sport in here, basketball, whatever. They'll tell you you got to play defense. When you play defense and you can defend, same thing in baseball. When you can pitch and play defense, it makes the game a whole lot easier to score runs. When you can't pitch, you can't win in baseball. So we are excited about our pitching. We think we go real deep this year, and if we stay healthy, we think we're as good as anybody on the mound. It can match up even better later in the series. We think we have 4 or 5 guys that could be number 1s at other places.
People here in Dahlonega will get a chance to see your team out on the field in action for the first time February 6th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday series, which we'll see a good bit, even this year with some of the Peach Belt series being Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But you open up with Pfeiffer at home.
Pfeiffer's always a tough challenge for us. They come down, and anybody that comes to play in Dahlonega, I'm sure, with the facilities and everything, and the way that our athletic department puts on events, you guys and all the staff, everybody, they get a little bit more hyped up even when they come in. And we expect when everybody comes in to play at our facility, they're going to be even a little bit more excited because of playing on the turf and everything like that. But Pfeiffer's always a good test. I think we were able to get 2 out of 3 from them last year. But they were tough, close ball games. They're going to pitch, and historically they swing the bat pretty good. But, everybody in the Conference Carolinas and through the Peach Belt and the people that we play are all going to be very competitive. And you got to bring your A game every day if you want to be successful, as we well know.
Have a audience question now. We'll throw it over to Lee. Lee, who we got?
Hey, my name's Philip Taylor. I was wondering what would be the biggest transition from playing on artificial turf to going to natural surfaces?
I don't think there's any, Phil. Do you? No, I mean, Phil, you should answer that question. But no, I think the field is played, especially ground balls and stuff like that, almost as true as the regular field has, to some surprise. I think the biggest thing that we've seen, especially over this past weekend, that we need to probably work on a little bit more is sliding. We've had several guys that have slid and popped off the base and slid through it and gotten tagged out. And I think right now what I have seen more than anything else is that. But other than that, I think our players have adjusted well to it. We thought that might be a problem, when we first got back and couldn't wait to get them on it. But I'll be honest with you, I think it's not been a factor at all.
Cut down a little bit on the excuses for infield errors there?
Well, they always got an excuse, but I don't listen to them. So as far as that goes, they know about that.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us for our first Nighthawks at noon, and we'll see you out February 6th at the Hill.
Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for giving. Thank you.
Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for helping me be a Nighthawk.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Welcome back to Nighthawks at noon here at Dahlonega Roadhouse. And by the way, great facility. Just remodeled this right behind Chick-fil-A off Morrison Moore Parkway. You can come in here, get a great lunch, also serve dinner as well, and just really a great place to come. No, Coach, have you ate yet?
Oh yeah, we've eaten here a couple of times already. Great place.
Good place to come enjoy, great prices. And when you come here and enjoy lunch at Nighthawks at noon every other Monday, if you wear North Georgia gear, a 10% discount on your meal, or if you have your student ID or staff faculty ID, get that discount as well. Joined now by the head coach of the North Georgia softball team, Mike Davenport. Coach, how's it going?
It's going good, going good. We've been able to get out and get a lot of good practice under our belt in preparation for the season.
No, a few scrimmages as well, and really same boat as baseball in that exciting for a little while, but you get to the point where you're ready to play somebody else.
Yeah, I mean a 30 game window before games actually start is about perfect. And I think here over the next 14 days or 12 days before we start, I think our kids start to get a little anxious.
Kim McMillan, Megan May, Courtney Poole, all named preseason all-conference by the Peach Belt. The 3 nominations led the Peach Belt. Just talk about those 3 and getting those preseason honors.
Well, those 3 young ladies had good years last year, and that's basically what the preseason rankings are about, is what you accomplished the year prior. So, and we understand that, starting here in a week or so, that those stats are out the window and you start over anew. But Kim comes back. She'll probably garner the first base position for us. Swings a big bat for us. Megan May, little spark plug for us, playing the outfield, and she's got the ability to run, make some things happen on the bases, and does a good job getting on base. And then, of course, returning Courtney Poole, she'll be our horse in the circle again this season.
Brought in also another pitcher, transfer from West Georgia.
Yeah, we've got 2 young ladies in, one from a junior college transfer, both in-state kids, and then Megan Stover transferred in, and she'll be a 5th-year senior. So she's going to give us some experience in the circle that we need.
Always nice when you can add pitching just at a moment's notice in softball. Will help you out in Peach Belt play without a doubt. The way the Peach Belt's set up with double headers, you have to have 2 strong pitchers.
Yeah, you can't have enough depth in the pitching circle, like you said, in the Peach Belt, especially when you're playing double headers. We're very much a tournament sport, so we'll hit the tournament route early in February and then early in March as well. So the deeper you can go in your pitching staff, the better chance you have.
Talk about tournaments. You'll start out next weekend at the UAH Chargers Chill Out, February 6th through 8th. See some good teams there, including Indianapolis and also Alabama Huntsville, which, along with yourself, one of the perennial powers in the Southeast.
Yeah, UAH has always been a great matchup for us. So much respect for their program over in Huntsville. But we play them early usually, and then we play them late. So it's a good test for us preseason going into Peach Belt, and then late in preparation for postseason play and national tournament and things like that.
Also, last week found out you're voted by the Peach Belt coaches to finish 2nd in the league. Maybe a little bit of a good omen there, as you were voted 2nd last year and ended up winning the conference and the conference tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure how the votes are put out each year by the coaches or SIDs or whatever, but it is what it is. We don't look at rankings even through the course of the season. It's all about getting to postseason and then starting the season 0-0 and going from there and trying to win before you lose 2.
I think we have a audience question now. Lee, who do we have out in the audience?
Hey, Coach, I would like to know, how was your experience this summer with the Pride going to carry over, and what did you learn from that experience for your upcoming season?
I had a great summer, good experience getting off campus for the first time in about 17 years, but just working with a different type of athlete, it hopefully will make me a better coach. I had a good head coach in Jerry Glasgow, who's now at Texas A&M, that moved out from the University of Georgia. So learned a lot from him, but I learned a lot from the young ladies that we coached this summer and in their preparation. Very much a professional thought process in their preparation for each day and each game, and we gave them a lot of freedom, and they do a lot on their own. So I was able to bring some of that back, and hopefully I'll be a better coach for our kids here at North Georgia for that.
Congratulations as well, because you brought back a little bit of hardware with the USSSA Pride.
Yeah, we had a good end of the year tournament over in Birmingham and won the Cowles Cup, and again, we had some pretty good players on that team.
Coach, thanks for joining us at our first edition of Nighthawks at Noon. Go to Huntsville, bring back some wins, and we'll talk to you back here in 2 weeks.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
We'll be right back with head coach Chris Faulkner on Nighthawks at Noon.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep. Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, Manti, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
Welcome back into Nighthawks at noon here at Dahlonega Roadhouse, joined now by the head coach of the men's basketball teams, Chris Faulkner. And Coach, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Had a rough stretch the past few games, but overall, I like the attitude of our players, and I feel like they're coming in every day, going to work. We got off to a great start and have struggled of late, but we talked to the guys a lot about it. We're more concerned about the process than the result. Now, obviously, we do want to win games. I don't mean it that way, but I think if we come to work every day with the same attitude, the same mentality, the results take care of themselves. And we talk a lot with our guys about that.
I know not the result you wanted on Saturday, but we're down big and fought back big time and almost came back there and won there at the end. No, you have to like the fight that your team had when not everything was going your way in that game.
Yeah, we first half I felt like we didn't shoot the ball very well. And honestly, I thought we took some pretty good shots and shots that we normally make, and we just didn't make them and kind of dug us a little bit of a hole there. Second half, I thought we played really hard, gave ourselves a chance to we got back in the game, gave ourselves a chance to win the game. But I've told people all year long, that's kind of the makeup of this group. I don't think they will tuck their tails and run. They'll fight and continue playing hard, and I'm very proud of them for that.
It's going to be tough to try to bounce back Wednesday at Montevallo, one of the toughest teams in the Peach Belt, and certainly doesn't help any when you have to add a 4-hour trip on a midweek day to go out there and play.
Yeah, it is a tough swing. It is our longest non-overnight trip of the season. And obviously you go to Montevallo, who's 9-1 in the league and have been kind of the perennial big dogs in the league, particularly on our side for the past few years. So, yeah, we've got a challenge ahead of us, there's no doubt. They're very good, very well coached. Got one of the best, the player of the year from last year back in Teran Brown. We played them twice last year and went into overtime in both the games and played them pretty well. So hopefully, if we go over there and play well, we give ourselves a chance to win the game.
Come back here and have another home swing with 3 more games at home. You'll see Montevallo again in that stretch, but come back here, homecoming with Lander on Saturday. I know you want to see a big crowd.
Yeah, and homecoming's always a special game for us. We generally have a great crowd. The gym is very loud, very animated. So, and as a coach, sometimes that's a little bit of a struggle because it's hard to communicate with your players. I think the players really enjoy it because they get a lot of emotion involved in the game as well. So yeah, we're expecting a big day that day. Lander's a very good team. They're doing very well. They're in the eastern side of the conference, obviously, but very good team and towards the top of that side.
No, the Eastern Division teams you only play once. You have to like when you get those top-tier teams coming here to Memorial Hall.
Yeah, it's nice when like I said, you rotate it each year where you go to them or they come to us. So, yeah, it's nice to have them coming to us this year.
Wednesday night, Young Harris coming down here. I know they've probably circled that game since you went up there and Sean Brennan hit a huge buzzer beater to win. We got pictures of it as Lee requested, and just talk about that game up there and what you expect on Wednesday.
Well, the game, obviously everybody knows North Georgia and Young Harris have quickly became heated rivals. And I think the game up there a few weeks ago only threw a little more wood on the fire for that one. So it was a hard-fought game where I felt both teams played really well. We were fortunate enough to have the ball at the end and hit the last-second shot. So there's no doubt they'll be ready for us coming in here, but our guys will be up for that game as well. So it's a huge game for us. It is a interdivisional game, which is huge for you as well, and to move up in the standings.
No, Spirit Night. Want to see all the students packing out Memorial Hall for that Young Harris game.
And that's another night, kind of like we talked about homecoming. It's another night where the gym is very loud. The gym is very animated. A lot of emotion going on. It's as I said, a lot like homecoming as well. Sometimes as a coach, you're trying to balance. You want your guys to play on that emotion, but you want to make sure that you're able to channel that in the right direction as well. So that's a challenge for us as coaches in those type of environments. But generally, our guys do a really good job of taking that emotion in the right direction.
So yeah, I think Lee has an audience question for us out there. Lee, who we got?
Hey, Coach Hank Haynes, could you address the production you're getting from your young guys, your freshman and sophomore, and what that means for you this season and on down the road?
Yes, I mean, guys that follow the team know we start 3 sophomores and a freshman now, and really getting great production out of them with Shaquan Cantrell being our leading scorer, who's a sophomore. And we have T.J. Williams, our post player, who's a sophomore, who's our leading rebounder and shot blocker. And then we have Sean Brennan, who's a sophomore, who's our starting point guard, and then Ebo Smith, who's a freshman, who's our starting 2 guard. So we see a lot of production out of those guys that we feel good about this year, but we also feel good about what that's going to lead to in the future as well. You know, and these guys are getting some great experience under their belt very, very early on in their career. And, you know, everybody goes, oh, well, they're going to be so good in the next 2 years. They're going to be really good in the next 2 years. And I agree with that. But I also say I think they're pretty dang good right now. Yeah. And I want them to understand, you know, we're towards the end of the season. You're not a freshman anymore. You're not a sophomore anymore. You got enough games under your belt right now that we're ready to play with anybody in the league. And I really try to impress that upon those kids every day in practice, too.
Coach, thanks for coming out and joining us here at Dahlonega Roadhouse for our first Nighthawks at noon. Good luck in these next 4 games. Hope to be talking about some big W's here when we meet next time.
Sounds great. Thanks, Jeff.
We'll be right back to wrap things up here at Nighthawks at noon.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for giving. Thank you.
Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for helping me be a Nighthawk.
Think of the NCAA as a spirit squad, cheering for student athletes at every big event and every small one. We'd be there in the classroom, at graduation, at their first job interview. Okay, so don't think of us as a spirit squad. Think of us as a mascot. Well, just know we're always there for student athletes.
Welcome back into Nighthawks at noon here as we wrap up our first edition. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out. A great crowd here at the Dahlonega Roadhouse, and hope to see you back for our next one here on February 9th. It'll be every other Monday here throughout the remainder of the spring semester. Just wrap things up here a little bit with our upcoming schedule with UNG Athletics. First of all, included in this great crowd, a lot of great student athletes, including some from our women's soccer team and women's cross-country teams, both of whom in the fall semester just had an absolutely outstanding year, both of them making the NCAA tournament. So congratulations to them. We're very proud of them and glad they're here, and all our other student athletes here as well. Women's basketball, men's basketball, a doubleheader at Montevallo, a 6:30 Eastern start on Wednesday night. You can get the link to the video on ungathletics.com for that one. Rifle heads to Wofford for a SEARC event. Rifle is finishing the top 2 in every event this year, so certainly proud of the performance they're doing, ranked in the top 25. That's on January 31st, as is homecoming against Lander at Memorial Hall. Hope to see you there for men's and women's basketball. Baseball opens up on the road Sunday, February 1st at Valdosta. You can catch live coverage of that one at ungathletics.com. February 4th, Spirit Night at Memorial Hall. Young Harris travels to Dahlonega for the second half of the Battle of Blood Mountain basketball matchups. Also, tennis starts up their season at Erskine on the same day, and we'll talk about tennis on our next edition of Nighthawks at noon, February 9th, 2015, here at Dahlonega Roadhouse. We hope to see you then.